1,
2, 3,
4,
5, 6.
All right, my name is Mason Cook, and my speech to inform is about diabetes. So the specific purpose was to inform my audience about the symptoms and the different types of diabetes. Diabetes is a disease that has many different symptoms and different types and forms. Do you guys know anyone that has been affected by diabetes, any family or friends? So I'm giving this speech to inform you guys about it. It is important to learn about this topic because it affects many of the people around us. And we should know the symptoms and different types and just how to be able to help it when people need it. So I'm credible to speak on this topic because I have two really close family members that are affected by diabetes. And so I've done plenty of research and I'm very knowledgeable about this topic. So my key ideas are the different symptoms and the different types of diabetes. So now that I've told you guys about it, I'm going to go into talking about the symptoms. So first, I'm going to tell you guys about the symptoms. Diabetes is a group of diseases that affect how the body uses glucose, otherwise known as blood sugar. The main cause of diabetes is determined by the type the individual has, but no matter the type, it can lead to excess blood sugar in one's body, which can have serious consequences on someone's health. Your body converts food into glucose that is used for energy, but insulin is needed in order to process the glucose. If your body doesn't have or produce enough insulin, then it will lead to being low on energy and being tired all the time. So that's one symptom. Some more symptoms that come with diabetes include losing weight without trying, having blurry vision, and having to pee a lot more than normal. So the different risk factors, there's family history, environmental factors, geography, race and ethnicity, and weight are all factors that determine, how likely you are to have diabetes. Someone that has family members with diabetes can be tested at a young age for specific antibodies, and it'll tell you how likely you are to have diabetes. It puts you at higher risk. And it's also found that Black, Hispanic, American Indian, and Asian American people are also at higher risk for diabetes. I access this information from the Mayo Clinic and WebMD websites. So far, I've explained about what diabetes is and the different symptoms that you can see in people that have diabetes and the risk factors associated with it. So now that I've explained what the symptoms are, I'll tell you guys about the three different types of diabetes there are. And that will be the last thing. So lastly, I'll explain the three different types of diabetes. Type 1 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune reaction, which means that the body attacks itself on accident. The cells that create insulin are in the pancreas. They're attacked, which causes them to not be able to produce enough insulin. This can be passed genetically through one's parents. Even if a child has these genes passed to them, there's still a high chance that they won't develop diabetes, which is a good thing to hear. A trigger in the environment can also cause type 1 diabetes to form in someone's body. And I got this information from the CDC website under the type 1 diabetes tab. So, type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes affects how your body uses glucose for energy. It blocks one's body from correctly using insulin, which can spike blood levels to unhealthy levels. This can cause very bad damage to the nerves and blood vessels. This type is often preventable. Some ways that type 2 diabetes forms are through genetics, being overweight, and not getting enough exercise. The symptoms of type 2 can be pretty mild, which can lead to many cases taking several years to be diagnosed, which is pretty scary. More than 95% of people diagnosed with diabetes have type 2. So if you know someone, it's more likely that they have type 2 diabetes. It's referred to as non-insulin dependent or adult onset. That's because it's mainly found in adults, but just recently it got changed to type 2 diabetes because it's been found in more children and the name's not accurate. And I accessed that information on the World Health Organization website, diabetes. So, gestation diabetes. Up to 10% of pregnancies in the United States are affected by gestational diabetes every year. It can affect the mother and the baby's health, so it's very important to react fast if you believe you have symptoms of it. The mother can help control this type by eating healthy, exercising, and taking medication if needed. Controlling the blood sugar can help the mother and the baby healthy, which would prevent a very difficult delivery of the child. It would cause many pains and just very hard things to, control. But normally after the pregnancy, the mother's blood sugar levels return close to normal. But any woman that has this type of diabetes is put at higher risk for type 2 diabetes. It doesn't have very noticeable symptoms, but a few things to look out for is being thirsty more often and having to pee a lot more. So in key idea 2, we found out, about gestational type 2 and type 1 diabetes and all the things that come with them and everything that they do. And I accessed this information on the Mayo Clinic website. So, in conclusion, I gave this speech to inform you guys about the symptoms and the different types of diabetes. The key ideas that were discussed in this speech were symptoms and the different types of diabetes. I hope you guys can use this information to help other people around.